What's up, guys? Sub-Zerek here. Today we're going to do a VOD on the new patch, but before I get into it, I do want to, if you guys haven't seen it, Mortdog did this, fantastic video, honestly, where he talked through a ton of stuff about, people's concerns that they had with balance. But at the end of the video, he did say that he's going to be basically like stepping away from doing all that kind of extra stuff he does. He's not going to be doing as many, X Twitter posts. He's not even doing patch rundowns anymore, not going to be streaming a lot. And it's just because the level of hate he's got, it's just to a point where he can't justify doing it, which it sucks. It's completely understandable from Mort's point of view. I think, I think honestly, it's probably for the best for him to take a step back. I don't know if it's going to be, he said for a while, I don't know if it's going to be forever. Maybe he'll come back at some point, but I do think when you're the front-facing, face of a game like TFT, any relatively popular game, you're going to receive a lot of hate, and I can't imagine the level of stuff that he's had to hear from players. I like to feel like my stuff that I put out has always been very measured, and I say when I can do better, but at the end of the day, I love TFT. It's the greatest game of all time, and so at the end of the day, it's all from a place of love, and I hope that Mort and the rest of the team knows that. But at the end of the day, really just thanks, Mort. He's still gonna be working on TFT. It's not like he's like quitting TFT. He's still gonna be working on TFT. So the dev team is lucky to have him there, and I hope that Mort. I think stepping back will be really good for him, and I hope he comes back at some point. But I do think in the meantime, it'll be really good for him to get a break. So thanks, Mort, and hope that you have a good break from all this. Stuff out there. In any case, to get past that, today's video, we are doing a video on the new patch. If you are confused, how are we going to do VOD on the new patch? If you're in like NA time zone, we are watching a VOD. You can see this is a game from Tidal on the Japanese server. So we're going to be VOD reviewing a game from Tidal, and I'm really, really excited to watch this game because Tidal played a comp that didn't really exist prior to the patch. So it's gonna be really fun to see how it performs, to see what Tidal does with this potentially, probably like straight up just new reroll comp. This is also coming at you courtesy of this VOD review tool that one of my viewers cooked up. Still, honestly, I should DM them because I know they said they wanted to get it into like people's hands at some point, but maybe they ran through a snag or something with the program or something. I don't know. All I know is it still works for me, and so I can watch this VOD, tab around, I can click into Morgana and say, wow, her numbers, she does a lot more damage now, and so yeah, pretty sick. And I can pause whenever I want to on like augment selection and stuff like this, and it's great. So maybe perhaps I've given it away a little bit, but we start the game off with a Morgana 2, a Mundo, a Alistar, and for Mr. Tidal, that is enough to potentially, well, no, to go down this reroll line. If we want to play towards this reroll comp, high voltage seems like a very solid AP option, means that we're actually going to be shredding the backline with Spark, which seems really good for Morg, and the mentorship also seems like another good option. But because yeah, we're certainly going to get 2 costs and higher costs in there later. Looks like he is just staring straight at the high voltage. And so we're going to grab the high voltage here. We have Guard Breaker and Red Buff, I think, and then potentially just Tier here and hold on to it. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense here. We can make the Spark, throw onto Vanguard frontline, but this is just going to be for now. Our dream this game is going to be playing towards Morgana reroll, and the frontline that I think after the buffs to a lot of these units and just the way it makes sense with the traits is to play into Bruiser frontline with this comp. I think this makes a lot of sense. Alistar got buffed pretty hard, Mundo got buffed pretty hard, and this unit known as Morgana also got buffed pretty hard. So you're in a world where this comp got triple buffed. The Bruiser frontline makes a lot of sense with a unit like Morgana because it's just a bunch of like beefy frontliners that are really tanky. And that's exactly what Morgana needs, right? She is one of those units where in some fights you're going to kill nothing, in some fights you are going to kill everything, and so you just need the time to kill everything, especially with this new change where her spell is lasting 16 seconds. I believe that's the time on it. We can always just click into her and check. But if her spell lasts 16 seconds, yeah, buying as much time as possible, giving her just enough time for that that dot just to tick down on everybody. I mean, get to her applying it, you know, multiple casts and dropping 16 seconds on multiple units. Like, you need a very long fight for this Morgana to actually get the full usage out of her ulti. You also saw, who was the player that we just fought here? We can actually hover over here. Lotus Light here. We can check them as well because they're playing around Morgana. I did just peek into some of Title's games so far, and it does look like Morgana has been doing quite well, even as, you know, not necessarily even a reroll, but as an item holder and then as a reroll as well. But all right, we go into Carousel here. Honestly, Title, I think, was trying to lose the first couple. Although he did slam a bit, but you really would like to pick up this tier here for blue buff. Yeah, and he does get it. This is huge, actually. I mean, he's got triple item Morgana here if he wants it. That is like absolutely incredible for Title spot here. Morgana, a 40 mana unit. The lower your mana, the better blue buff, and 40 mana is almost as low as it gets, aside from something like a Yumi. People pinging this? Whoa, I mean, yeah, this guy is blue buff. Oh, okay. I mean, cool to be able to check out the ping. But we are just going to continue to sit on this Morgana board and chill. We do a quick tab around of the lobby next fight. But yeah, this guy is, oh, it's fully prepped as well. Fully prepped Veigar 2 with blue buff Nashers. Holy. The nerf to Veigar didn't end up going through. They kind of like hot fix, they A patch reverted that. So Veigar should still be as good as he was last patch. They did nerf the cyber boss augment, which I do think was a really good choice as far as what to nerf. I'm down to just tab around here a little bit. So yeah, Lotus Light 100 streaking with this Morgana with a blue buff, probably going to play a Vexo tech game here. The other items, I mean, whatever. This person already has a Sejuani, also Gwynsu red buff made here, so we'll see what they want to go in. Let's go back to Title's board to watch this next fight here. This person, oh my god. Well, this is really interesting. So they're 4 Syndicate, but they're shop glitch. Honestly, I almost want to tab over to this guy and see what they're even rolling down for here with the 4 Cypher shop glitch. They have a Spark on that's not what the unit's called, Sejuani, on a Shyvana, both S units, I guess. What is, I mean, are they LeBlanc reroll? I mean, I would think it's LeBlanc reroll. It's just a little bit weird. Yeah, I guess it's just LeBlanc reroll and they're holding the shivs for fun. Interesting. I'm interested to see where that player's game go. All right, I'll keep an eye on the Chibi Faker, Oriana here, but we get to this point 3-1. Normally when you would roll down with a comp like this, item-wise here, I'm imagining like a tank item here, just like a vow or something, because we do have that guard break we could make, and then we still have sword open, which is a tad bit awkward, but I don't know what else we're gonna do. The only downside for Title here is he can't even really feel that great about rolling deep here because he's pretty broke, honestly. I'm surprised we're so broke here, but it's just the fact that we mixed streak stage 2, right? And it's not like we held a ton of units, but we just mixed streak stage 2, so we're not gonna be that rich. So we can't even really like roll it deep here. We're really far off everything, and we've hit our upgrades at this point. So we're just gonna slow roll it on 5. I mean, you could roll for like Darius 3 as well, Jin 3 as well if you really want to. I mean, you could grab a Chug Bug. I mean, you're gonna be playing towards Gragas though. The only downside to Chug Bug is it's gonna be really hard for you to reroll Morg 3 and Gragas 3. So maybe we don't go Chug Bug. I guess we'll see. Probably not Tower Defense in this spot. Too high risk. I don't want to risk the chance of just getting absolute trash here. Starry Night. I mean, our first AUG wasn't Econ. I mean, you could take this to get to your 3 stars pretty quick. The only downside is you are going to be very low cap later. I almost might just take this here because we're 70, like, because we're relatively, like, you could take this and like potentially hit like Morg 3 or Alistar 3 like this round. So I don't actually mind this too much, but I wouldn't be shocked if he rerolled it as well. He rerolls it, looks at the options, and yeah, it does take Starry Night here. Okay, I think this makes sense. Yeah, I mean, and there's an Alistar 2 already, so yeah, I mean, we're already on our way. We do pick up the 4 Bruiser here to fit onto this board, which is just a very natural level 5 on this board. And then level 6 can be a Jin type guy if we hold on to him. And yeah, this does open up stuff like a Darius 3, like a potential Jin. You're probably not going to go for Jin 3. You might not even go for Darius 3 just because, like, how are you going to itemize all these units? In reroll comps, you really don't want to have all these units itemized that, like, aren't... You don't want to go for a bunch of 3 stars that aren't itemized, but you can see, I mean, the power in this Morgana, 10,000 damage. That is a Morg 2, and oh my god, that's a Mundo 2 as well. Once we stop rolling here, I want to actually pivot over to Lotus Light's board. So we hit the Alistar huge here. I'm going to slam Cloak here, but Lotus Light, once again, 100 streaking as well with his Morgana. I mean, it looks like Morgana... I think this is, you know, a unit that people called out as, like, she's getting buffed really, really hard, and I think a lot of people already thought that this unit was, like, okay. And so, I mean, looks like she is up in the S tier for 1-cost units that you're really excited to hold a Morgana, which is funny because, like, really early on in the set, you were not that excited about this unit, but I feel like people have just... I don't know that she received a buff prior to this, but maybe people just realize that she's like better than, because I remember somebody good saying Morgana sucked like really early on in the set, like first patch before even B patch. I don't think she got changed since then, but maybe she did receive like a small buff, and then this most recent buff was a decent sized buff. I know her numbers look way bigger, but they did increase the like they made her spell last longer, so it's not as crazy of a buff as just the numbers seem, but it's still a pretty big buff. But yeah, continuing to roll down here. One off the Dr. Mundo 3 and just chilling, waiting for the Morgana. We just need a 2-star Morgana at this point, and then we'll have her. We do go for the double spark setup onto the Alistar here. Not worrying too much about tankiness. We really just want to be shocking backline with the idea. Wait, this is such a cool idea, actually, that you go a bunch of sparks, you play around Morgana, it's shredding backline, and it's also, like, there's a world where we zap backline, more casts on backline, and a backliner just dies in, like, 10 seconds or something like that. That's actually, wait, this is such a cool idea. I mean, that's why he's the GOAT. That's why it's title, baby. Like, it's so sick here. Roll down a bit. Find the Mundo 3, the least important upgrade of all of them, just because, like, we have 0 items for him, but hey, maybe the sword can end up on him someday. I don't know, a stair axe or something. I don't hate the idea. Still keeping the Alistar in the middle, by the way, just making sure. The only downside is he's not going to be able to shock like corners usually, though it looks like they are actually, with 3 hex away, as long as it's not like, oh, I'm just hovering the wrong one. Like if he's in middle here, it's hitting. If he walks up a little bit, it's hitting corner. If he's in the absolute middle, this doesn't hit corner, right? This is not within 3 hexes. Well, no, it's 5 hexes, right? So yeah, it does just hit both corners. Okay, never mind. The only way it doesn't hit is I feel like he's here, like if this is 5 hexes away, but middle Alistar will shock both corners because it's 5 hexes, yeah. All right, so the spell looking pretty good. Only kind of awkward thing is we've hit our other, like, you'd rather hit Morg here and just not. Well, there you go. I was gonna say, like, it's kind of awkward to hit the other units before Morg because you need Morg, but we actually hit the Morg 2-star, so Starry Night really paying dividends as a pickup here on 3-2. Just got us way faster to our 3 stars, and now we will see the power of the Morgana 3. I'm down to open up the damage chart for a lot of these fights to see just how much damage Morg is doing. Alistar with the sparks actually doing a lot. This fight, Morg didn't even have time to deal damage, but, a solid 4K. Not too bad there, but, we need more time. We need more time for Morg to scale in the fights and do more damage. With the itemization, beautiful. She does really good job with heal cut because she's constantly reapplying heal cut. This is on units like Morgana that are damage over time units. You tend to really like heal cut on them because every single tick of her damage reapplies the heal cut. So for that entire 16 seconds, you're reapplying that red buff, and also you're hitting multiple units, which is always good. 125 mentorship. As far as 5 costs, they're really excited for. You do have Big Buko here. You do also have Big Dynamo here. I don't mind a 125 and a mentorship here. I think this is pretty nice. And then you can mentor your other dudes as well. Crown's Will is fine, and maybe he's more excited about that. Health is Wealth, I don't think is very good. Find Your Center Healing Orbs is fun. You're going to be putting Alistar in the middle and then just heal him up a bit. I like this a lot, actually. This is really cool. Find Your Center Alistar here. Just the big Alistar. The damage doesn't really matter, but the extra tankiness is not bad. And he's doing, a lot of the damage that he is doing is just from the Onyx Sparks, which I don't think gets amplified by the Find Your Center by the damage amp, but he's still doing, he's slamming these. When you fight the bull, you get the horns or whatever it is. He's kind of slamming a bit. This Alistar unit, actually, wow, kind of smurfing. 10, once again, some of it from that blocked a decent amount of damage. 7K, I don't know. I wish there was like a breakout for how much of this is the spark versus just how much is him slamming. 846 magic damage to the current targets. That's a lot, and he's casting pretty. He's almost insta casting here, and then yeah, every single cast like 800 damage pre-mitigation. That's not bad for just an Alistar here. If you can have Alistar, the thing is, you really want him to get onto like priority melee targets, but you can't really move him out of the center, or else you lose the possibility of Spark hitting both corners. Like you kind of need him in the middle just to guarantee the Spark's hitting corners. But yeah. I'm kind of surprised we did not make a stair axe, actually, just because I do think we'd look at itemizing this Mundo here. There is a Renekton on Carousel that we could just grab up here. I wouldn't mind it just to get another Divinicore in. If not that, then, what is this for? Interesting. We have heal cut made already. We have spark made already. I mean, I guess this could be for another half of triple spark, but that seems like a bit much here. We're going to level up here, grab the Jin here. I mean, as far as bruisers, we're still just missing Cho'Gath, right? And then we can just go cut, play 6 bruiser. But for now, actually playing just this 4 Divinicore, especially with the Ross is really critical, right? All the Armor on our bruisers is really, really good. Now, I do imagine that the second we find a Cho'Gath, this stuff's coming out and we're playing 6 bruiser. But for now, I mean, playing strongest board. Good job by Title. We do end up actually losing to a Fiddlesticks board from Yukino here. Also, that player who tried that reroll setup did just go straight 8th. I didn't check in on them again, and yeah, rough for them. Another just check the lobby, by the way. Let's see here. We have a trait tracker set up. Really just rough spot. They never found a single Zeri, so that's pretty tough. This Zeri player, 7 Exotech, also doing, I mean, on a bit of a 2 streak, so maybe they'll come back. This Bruiser player doing well. Let's check back in on Title and see. I mean, we are fighting this board, which is the Zeri-less Zeri board, which, yeah, I mean, rest in peace to them. I mean, I do think this Zeri comp, you know, I mean, it got nerfed pretty significantly with the nerfs to the Exotech stuff, and obviously a Zeri comp with no Zeri and being nerfed is not going to do too well. There's this Vexotech player, this is Lotus Light, remember, who win streaked, but has actually lost streaked a lot this stage, surprisingly, but they never got to like a 3rd item. They're kind of like half of all these items, so I guess it kind of makes sense. What else we got? We got this, wait a minute, they made it, oh, they took Pandora's and actually made it to a Kobuko already. That's huge for them. Let's check back in on Title here and see what he is going to make for his last couple items. We have these haunted components. Am I on drug? What? Whatever. We can look to start itemizing the Mundo, and we do end up finding the Sterak's Titans. Yeah, I was thinking about this from a slam perspective just because we had Sterak's plus bow open, so it makes sense for Mundo items. And I mean, honestly, the Mundo, I mean, I don't know how much damage he's doing. 1900. Okay, so still not that much damage. And like mediocre tankiness. I mean, I don't really think this Mundo setup's amazing, but it does maybe look like Mundo's still a little bit underwhelming. Mundo, 6 bruiser Mundo looked kind of like garbage there. He did like no damage and didn't tank very much, and he doesn't even have 2 Slayer in. So yeah, maybe Mundo, we're still not jumping for joy. We do make the last spark and go triple spark. Also, what is Salvager? Oh, we got the Salvager from the hack. Use on a champion to remove their items and break them down into components. Oh, this is something that is a new like hacked orb that you can get that has Salvager in it. So cool. Okay, Mundo looks like he was doing more of this fight. Let's check damage here. 5k. Okay, that's respectable. Still not tanking very much, but I think it's just because he didn't take that much aggro. Okay, 5k for a Mundo. That's not bad. All right, maybe we have flamed Mundo too hard. I will say Mimosa, by the way. This is the player who's destroying. Okay. 4 Marksman, 4 Vanguard. Zaya got a pretty considerable buff, but she's not actually like really being itemized here. And this Aphelios unit also got a change. It wasn't, I don't know what like power, if it was meant to be power level neutral, power level positive or anything, but he was just kind of like changed, not necessarily a straight up buff or a nerf, but I mean, it looks like he's doing very, very well. We also do not do this well into this Fiddlesticks board. I mean, this is kind of our natural enemy. It's really tough. The only upside is we do have heal cut versus them, so we can kind of burn through the board relatively slowly, but you know, we'll get there eventually. But the rough thing is that the rough piece of it is that there are Archangels scaling up. Also, I just realized we threw Protector's Vow into Kobuko, which prior to the Kobuko rework would be really good. After the Kobuko rework, Vow not amazing because I mean you're wasting the 30 mana on him. It's still HP, like it's still a shield, it's still some armor MR, so it's not like wasted. It's not like you're putting a blue buff onto Kobuko, but it is a little bit funny that we're playing Kobuko down essentially the Kobuko. We're playing an item down mana. We're playing an item that gives mana on a manaless unit. It took me like 10 times to say it. I will say Lotus Light, really strong win streak with Vex, or with Morgana. I tried to play into a Vex game, and they just kind of died. I'm a little surprised that is actually their placement this game. I don't really know what happened with them, but Title doing pretty well. 29 HP. The only thing is this Mimosa 7 player is just clearing boards. Rotate into this guy who managed to find a Aurora on level 8, Aurora 2, but do they have enough damage to get through our board? It's looking pretty close. Can Morgana burn down the back line? Get onto the Aurora? Alistar clutches it out. Oh my god. Oh my god. 12? Almost 13k. I mean, a lot of this is spark damage, surely. But I mean, he's still doing work. And do you get a Mundo damage check? 3,600. So yeah. It's still unless maybe there's like a Street Team and Mundo reroll comp. I mean, I know they buffed Zyra and Mundo, so maybe that's something you can play for and then Mundo becomes better. But this game, I'm definitely not thinking that Mundo is like oh my god, I'm like losing my mind to play into Mundo. We do pick up Archangels here. I mean, what would you do? Because you could Archangels in the Morgue, but you'd have to move something. Aside from that, I don't know, you could Archangels the Koboko. We do hit Koboko too, actually. Fantastic roll down from Tidal, actually, to roll there and pick up some Zac Bloblets on the way. We actually had to sell the Zac, though, so we're Auroring in a Poppy, which is a little bit tragic, but hey, I mean, there's worse situations. Wait, we actually crush that board there. Beautiful. And just, yep, I mean, the Mundo, the one cost doing work here. Also, yeah, sorry that the cutscenes bug out a little bit on this thingy, but we're going to, oh, we salvaged the Morgue. Oh, we could move red buff. Oh, that must be it. Yeah, move red buff over to Aurora, duh. And then just still make Guardbreaker here. Yeah, this is perfect. We have a much better red buff holder. It's another Dynamo onto our board. And we're playing just another Divinicore, actually. I mean, yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's Slayer on this board. Actually, we've been playing this dude forever, actually. We do finally lose. Wow. And then interestingly enough, Yukino beat Mimosa, Mimosa beat Tidal, and Tidal beat nobody. So kind of a funny little rock, paper, scissors there. We find Ziggs here, and so we immediately swap stuff over. We are just getting the battle boss onto, yeah, I mean, this makes a lot of sense because now his attacks do 50% in a 1 hex radius. I mean, it's a big damage jump here. We have the Archangels now versus the double Archangels. Is this enough to beat the Fiddlesticks player? This is a very strong board here. Good ult from the Koboko, but there's still so much tankiness. I mean, oh my god, we just barely don't get through it. Oh, and that is the end for Mr. Tidal here. I mean, I'm honestly, why not watch the end of the game? Because we do have the full replay, so we can watch it. I think we do. Sometimes the replay just like explodes because the person you were trying to spectate died, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. But I want to see this board, and I want to actually just check damage chart. Oh, we actually have a damage chart. Wait, this replay thing is so good. I mean, yeah, Zaya doing a lot of work. It looks like Vanguard Marksman is back, baby, with the buffs to Zaya, with the changes to Aphelios. Looks like it is back. I don't think the rest of the stuff really got changed at all. Like Leona, I don't think received much of a change. Aurora received a nerf. But I mean, it looks like this comp, which was like middle of the pack last patch, kind of rough last patch, is kind of back here. So we'll see. Just barely does not beat this Fiddlesticks board. But I mean, let's check in the Fiddlesticks board because they're Fiddle 2 or Fiddle 3, double Bruiser Spat. I mean, this is honestly a relatively weak Fiddle board. The one thing they do have going for it is the 4 Boombot spike, but like they're down in Augment. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I feel like this guy kind of rolled the lobby. They're level 9. I feel like they could actually beat I kind of would think that they would beat this board, though. Because their itemization is a little bit weird. We have triple item Jinx, which is like, I mean, it's fine, I guess. We'll see, though, if we can end up winning. We do win this fight. All right, Yukino down to 1 hit. We're going to stage 7, actually. Holy. But yeah, I would have to imagine this comp outcaps the Fiddle board. The Fiddle didn't hit, like, you know, if Fiddle 6 comp had like 3-star Mord or 3-star Gragas, then I could imagine it winning. But without that stuff, I feel like it should lose. And like, weird triple item Urgot, JG, Hodge, LW, like, I don't think it's good enough. I mean, maybe if we hit Koboko too, we can cap like a monster. I'm down to sit on this board and see if we do hit the big Buko here. But I mean, let's roll down and see. Rolling, we find Urgot pair as well. Find nothing. This game is not very good. Thank you, Mort Dog. Wait, no, but it's actually, I mean, I say it in jest, of course. Everybody knows that, right? Right? All right. Potentially final fight here. Big ult from Koboko to start the fight off. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're focusing down the main stuff. We actually missed the, oh my god, we're going to lose this fight? The level, is Fiddlesticks broken now? I mean, they buffed Cho, right? They buffed Cho. They buffed, they changed Koboko, obviously. They buffed Gragas. I mean, those are the big buffs to this board. They didn't change Fiddle at all. But I'm shocked that this Fiddle board, I mean, they do have now this guy 2-star. I'm kind of shocked. I'm down to watch it from this POV here. Let's see what happens in the final fight. We are roaring in a LeBlanc here, which is a little bit tragic, but I think it's because we had to make like a Roar 2 here. We are on the, it really just matters if we get around the stuff and we end up on the Fiddle. I mean, close final fight. That's the dub for the Vanguard Marksman board, but I mean, the main theme of this is really cool game from Tidal on this new Morgana Reroll comp. So, I mean, check it out, try it out. Let me know how your games go on it. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other stuff down below. And I will say, if you have some kind words about Mortdog, wouldn't be bad to put them in the comments, just so we can get some wholesomeness for Mr. Mort, who, you know, obviously he has to put up with a lot with all these TFT players out. So at least we can say is you're a beast, Mortdog. So Shoutouts to Mortog. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.